My name is Rick Gibbs. I'm president and co-founder of Neutron Factory Works. We're an industrial contracting company based out of Delta, British Columbia. We provide trades and products to the manufacturing sector of the Lower Mainland, primarily food and beverage. We're also members of the BC Food Processing Association. You know, working in the industrial manufacturing sector for over 20 years in the Lower Mainland, I've had an incredible opportunity to go into all kinds of factories and facilities over those years. What I really wanted to do with this video was capture what it is that makes some of these companies really successful. Successful in terms of not just profits, but their relationships with their customers, with their staff, with their safety records. And I think this video does a pretty good job of capturing some really simple and easy takeaways that I think any of us could apply to our businesses. So I hope you enjoy this.
My name is Ryan Ben. I'm the Executive Vice President of Teldon Media Group. I've been with the organization for 6 years, and my role encompasses the 3 divisions that make up Teldon Media Group.
My name is Victoria, and I work for Alive. I've been working here for 5 years, and I'm the Print Distribution Coordinator.
I'm Amy Wood, and I've been working at Alive Magazine for nearly 2 years, and I'm an editor here.
My name's Elaine Mavrotakis. I've been at Alive for 5 years, and I'm the Operations Manager here.
My name's Carl Swantoon. I am the COO of Sunrich Fresh Foods. Been with the company 17 years and started as the company's accountant way back when.
My name is Angie. I'm working with Sunrich last 15 years. So right now my position is production supervisor.
My name is Robert Magee. I'm the president and CEO of the Great Little Box Company.
My name is Oscar Ocampo. I work in the protective packaging department. Been here for about 6 years.
My name is Thin Chiu. I work at the Great Little Box here from 1983 until today, 2011. That's mean 28 years, I believe.
So how do we drive operational performance at the employee level? That's a huge question and a very important one. Strategic success in our mind, given that we are we have a lot of labor in our company, it's important for us to connect with employees, both giving them information about our strategy and what we're trying to achieve, and then getting feedback from them and listening to their voice. A key component to that is the workers, the production team members know the business better than anybody because they're the ones doing the work. So understanding what they do, what their challenges are, and what their opportunities are really do drive success. So communication is key.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, oftentimes management and employees have competing priorities. You know, they're working on different initiatives and they're working on different things, and that church and state approach to things is ultimately the breakdown of it. So, you know, what we've done in the past, and we've had successes and failures in trying to create those bridges as well, but again, reverting back to communication is, I think, a core element. So, you know, we do things like town halls where we have all the managers and all the employees sit down, and we just ask questions, and there's an open forum, and it really creates that team environment.
I guess for bigger companies, they have a harder way of measuring how the people on the lower chain of command are doing, so they need sort of robotic ways to measure it. And that's how they control a big environment or maybe a factory. Yeah. But that's probably not right because it makes the employee feel like a lab rat maybe or something. Yeah.
You know, one of the initiatives that worked really well for us in creating that bridge is we actually acknowledged it. So we acknowledged the gap between management and employee level. And I think the greatest and the strongest thing a business can do is being brave enough to acknowledge that gap. So once people accept the fact that that exists, it's not that hard to actually figure out a pattern and a path to move forward with it. So what we chose is we chose to acknowledge the fact that we felt that our management and our employees, there was too big of a gap, and we wanted to have the whole team understand that they were charting a very clear course. So first thing that involves is making your goals very, very clear. So establishing a stake in the ground that everybody understands this is where the entire business is moving to. Every employee should know the goal. If they don't know the goal, it's the fundamental thing we have to revert back to. What are we doing this for? Why are we getting there?
Well, something that for this company, the special thing for me is one thing is respect and understand and open mind. Yeah, respect means is respect. I'm one of the good worker. Yeah, understand means is that I understand my job. Yeah, when I work hard, I need someone to be understand about my job. That means I can move it up. If they don't understand my job, I work hard for nothing.
Well, the number one thing, you treat your employees as your number one asset. And too many companies don't do that.
Open mind means I can talk to the boss anytime that I like, not just only me, all the people in the Great Little Box. So it's called the open policy, open mind. This is the only thing I like. If I have an idea or something that I'm not happy means it's about the job. I need this idea make my job a lot easier. And the boss always back me up.
For me, the thing that I love most about working for Alive is the people that I work with. I feel so lucky that I'm able to come to work and work with these amazing people who are so passionate about what they do. They'll bend over backwards just to support you in any way that they can. And we're a team. Everyone has their own department that they work in, but in order to be successful, everybody needs to work together. And it's like a small family, and that's what makes it such a nice environment to work in. People are the face of the company, and they represent your company's values to your customers, your community every single day. So you want to make sure that they're engaged in what they do. You want to keep them motivated, get them involved in projects that are going on, make them feel heard when they offer suggestions, and when they do a really good job, show appreciation. Let them know that they've been recognized for what they've done. And I think that'll just make them feel like they're a valuable member of the team every single day.
As the years went on, they gave me more of an opportunity to expand my position, I would say. More responsibility would come my way. And then officially they pretty much made me a supervisor, which is kind of cool.
So at Alive Publishing Group, because we're focused tremendously on health and wellness, we take on a real health and wellness initiative. So we try and live the brand out by participating in the culture and in the experience. We empower our employees to sample the products and work with the manufacturers who support us inside the print publication. Whereas over on the print media side, we have a lot of immigrant labor, and they have a whole different set of expectations surrounding that. So things like integrating into our community is a really big challenge for them and the children, and having them involved. So what we try and do is try and create more community-based opportunities where we can have networking and team building, and we contribute back into the communities in which they live. And it seems just to draw a lot tighter linkage between the employees then recognizing the value of this contribution to community, because it's going into what they care about. Instead of something that serves the greater business at large and gives us brand awareness, it has a lot more authenticity to it.
I find it really helpful to have some ownership over projects, to feel really accomplished once you get it done, like this is mine. And obviously there's going to be some input from outside people, but just to know that you're trusted in the company, and I think that's probably key for me at least.
Well, I like the open book policy that we have here. Every month we have a production meeting, and it pretty much shows the financial numbers, and that is shared with everyone in the company.
It's very important to keep people informed all the time like that. And I said that if you have a group of friends that never tell you what they're doing, it's very hard to be friends with them. So we're very important at that, keeping people always up to date so they enjoy being at work a lot more.
What are the longer term benefits of a connection with employees and with production team members? What we've found is once the team develops a certain level of knowledge, level of training, a level of understanding of what we're trying to improve through the change process, it starts to happen naturally, organically, on the floor. People start to make changes or suggest changes without a project being imposed or a project being dictated. And then you've got, in our case, 1,000 people working on problems instead of 22 management people working on problems. It's amazing what you can accomplish when everybody's looking for ways to get better every day. And that's the mantra. How do we improve every day? How do we involve our staff in improvement projects? We have been focused for about 3 years now on a continuous improvement program, or a lean manufacturing. And a critical part of that process is, as I stated in my last answer, involving people in driving solutions, because the people that do the work understand the work best. So what that involves is first, training and helping people develop the skills, processes of problem solving, processes of thinking in a manner which helps lead one towards success. So we provide training while we're working on projects. So we'll involve people from all different departments together in the same group to work on a specific problem or to organize a specific work area. And through that involvement, people from different departments get training. And they also are a part of the solution or a part of the change. It really opens people up to change and opens people up to being a part of that solution. And that becomes viral. Once more and more of your workforce gets involved in change, to the positive, and the positive can't just be all about creating profits for the company. It's got to be about improving the workspace, improving the safety of the workspace, improving the work so people can do the work more easily, can be more efficient and more effective in their jobs, and therefore can feel more fulfilled by what they're doing.
When it comes to the actual work environment, safety is the #1 concern in my department. The top 3 would be safety, quality, and then efficiencies.
A few years ago, we started a continuous improvement with this Sunrich. So I saw many changes with this continuous improvement. We have a more involvement, more communication, production team and management team. And I saw it's big improvements. Then we change so many things in production. So that's a safe time, safe labor, and safety for everyone.
I work for not for the money, just because the idea I want the money is for my job, make my job easier, my life easier. When your life easier, you're happier and you get more production. That's the #1 thing. That's why I always say to myself, live it understanding life. Yeah, be understanding life means if you don't understand your job, that means make your life harder. If you don't understand your life, human life, that means 10 times harder. That's why I understand. Yeah, so that's why calm, patient, kind, always in my mind.
I think you should be speaking to people. This is incredible.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
We have a multicultural workforce, so we train in 4 different languages. We connect with the employees regularly in monthly meetings, in smaller groups to get their feedback on work performance, feedback on safety. We have a safety committee that meets monthly in each of our facilities, and members of that safety committee change all the time to give more and more people exposure to what we're trying to achieve and to get more and more people's feedback.
The cost of turnover is very, very high. It costs average employees at minimum 3 to 5 times their salary. That it comes up in statistics that I've read on it. All the learning they've lost, someone hiring that's going to miss opportunities, mistakes they make, that could be very, very costly too. The cost of turnover is I think far greater than most people ever appreciate. And as far as just doing it right the first time, spending the time at the beginning, and just they say, as we had a number of interviews, we've rarely ever made a mistake because of that. We do thorough reference checks because we want good people, but And so we work very hard with them. We've got very good review processes. With every quarter we have one-on-ones with your direct supervisor and a very detailed yearly review. We always want to know if there's something wrong. You always ask employees in every quarter on a scale of 1 to 10, how are things going? How are things going, business, personal, etc. like that. You want to make sure they're very happy with everything.
It's the unexpected in this world. You know, it ties to whether it's a machine going down unexpectedly or an employee leaving you unexpectedly. Once we all acknowledge the expense associated to these unforeseen circumstances, particularly on labor, we then take that and you multiply that by 3, because I've found that no matter how many times I recognize the expense of employee turnover, involuntary employee turnover, the expense is so much greater than you can actually measure. Retraining, hiring fees, recruitment costs, cultural implications, the reinvestment into all of those things we've talked about, that investment in those employees, when that walks out the door, it requires a complete reinvestment in the new employee, and that is expensive and it's very, very hard to measure. So, you know, I link things like Six Sigma and preventative maintenance on our employees, and too often we forget about preventative maintenance on our employees, making sure that our employees are taken care of, they're nurtured, they're communicated to, so that they're empowered to deliver exceptional results.
Coming to work is very motivating. I really enjoy growing the company, and it's sort of good for everybody. Enjoy the people I work with, and it's almost like going to work where your friends are.
No, I myself most of the time involved with the production only. Yeah, I like to deal with the production only. The reason why is I get the, honestly tell you the truth, English problem. That's why the boss give me a chance to do the job. So when the boss give me a chance to do a job, I never let him down.
This is a relatively medium-sized company that I'm working for right now, but it's actually the smallest company that I've worked for. But I've been fairly happy throughout my career, but I must say this is the one I wake up and I don't mind coming to work on, almost don't mind coming to work on Monday mornings.
Why do employees want to work at Sunrich? Why do people want to work in this production environment? And it's a great question to ask because it's not an easy production environment. It's cold, it's wet, and it's hard work. You're standing up all day cutting fruit. It's very much a manual process. So it is challenging for us to develop the right demand, the right draw. People want to work here. So what we have to do is provide a compensation package and a work environment that's pretty comprehensive. Of course, we have to pay a good salary, but we have to also provide benefits at the right level. The work environment is critical. We try to do a lot of the little things correctly. And it really starts with respect, respect for human beings and treating people right, like you want to be treated. Saying hello in the morning, saying thank you for a job well done, looking to recognize people whenever possible.
Really interested in natural health and fitness and stuff, so this was a really good fit for me. And after coming in and meeting everybody, I realized that it's not only a good fit for me in that sense, but I also really like the people here. So it's a combination of the two. It can't just be, you can't put this job up on a pedestal and then come to work and not like the people.
When it comes to working with people you're going to see every day, it's really important that they get along. When I worked with previous managers, they were pretty much, I looked at them as friends first, which is really important to me. If we can't get along, we're not going to work well together.
We have 7, 8 interviews of anybody we hire because we want a two-way street here. We have different people interview all the way through because we really want to make sure there's a good fit. And there's a fit both ways. So we work very hard to make sure there is a good fit. Because the last thing we want is a mistake after having some for a year and they leave. So I say our turnover is very, very low in the company, and a lot of it starts from hiring.
I've had an opportunity to talk about what we've done right. And you know, for as many things as we've done right as a business, we've done a lot of things wrong. But how we get to those spots where I share the wins and the successes is by actually having an association like the BCFPA, and all of us work in different environments where that's applicable. I have a CEO mentoring and networking group that I work with. I work extensively and as the vice chair with the Canadian Health Food Association. But really, what does that all mean? It's an opportunity for us to share our experiences and learn from each other. And the greatest thing that I think we can do is accept that we don't know it all. And I take the best from everybody and I ask them what their best is. So, just like you're asking these questions, I really encourage an environment where, a group can get together on a regular basis. They contribute to the overall community in which they're operating in. And in the world we're talking about right now, it's the Food Processing Association. And I think the more active engagement there is at that level, the more that's going to be taken away at the end.
I think peer groups are very important. We have a number of people involved in peer groups, from manufacturing groups to management groups. I belong to 2 different groups myself. And what I've got out of these groups have totally changed the company. I can imagine how much better we've done because of ideas I've got out of the peer groups and speakers we've had come into the peer group set. And it's been a tremendous advantage to me. In a production group, if an idea of improving forklift ideas, you get great ideas from that. It's made a huge difference. And I'm very much in favor of them. One idea can pay for that group forever.
But at the end of the day, if we raise the bar of how we're doing things as a group, then we're going to raise the bar as a group together. And that requires getting together and sharing best practices, and the acknowledgement that sharing best practices is actually in the best interest of your business. It's not anti-competitive.
I think one of the greatest things that comes out of being a member of an association such as the BCFPA is really having a platform to share ideas and knowledge of like-minded companies and individuals. And I really think this video captured that. We heard all kinds of things that any of us could apply to our own businesses, regardless of what it is we make. Community, communication, knowledge, understanding, respect, engagement, sustainability, education. Very simple concepts that I think all of us can drive with our own companies to gain the similar kind of success that these companies have had. And again, having the platform to share these ideas and concepts with other like-minded companies is invaluable in my opinion. And I hope we've achieved some success here today by sharing these ideas with you, and you can take something away from this video that's going to bring success to your company.